Ironwood Games. This is Andrew, and we are looking at Diablo, classic Diablo today. Um, so I've never played original Diablo. I played a little bit of Diablo 3, like free trial or beta whenever it first came out. Um, I didn't play it very much or really get into it. And I don't know if that's just not understanding the franchise or the way it plays. So we thought we'd, kind of go back to the roots and take a look at this game. It's supposed to be a classic. So um, if you're like me and you've never played it, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start with just playing replay the intro, so you can kind of get the sense of the game, the feeling. If you don't already, right? We've got these pentagram stars here, and kind of some flamey Diablo, and then some kind of demon skull or something back here. But all right, let's go. All right, so that was the intro. Again, not really any explanation or anything, just some ominous themes and some motifs of kind of evil, and then a hero having to kind of put an end to that. So, well, let's jump in. So now you say, oh, how does this hero here, if you hadn't played yet? Well, I started a character because I couldn't start my recording in the main menu there. So we're going to delete that guy here. It's just to get us started. And we're going to play a new single-player hero. So we've got our choice between warrior, rogue, and sorcerer. Knowing just, it's just a classic game kind of back in there, looking a little bit of stats, sorcerer is probably going to be magic based, a little bit weak, can't take a lot of hits, probably needs to keep distance, strength 15, magic 35, right? Warrior, probably a little tankier, right? Strength 30, magic 10, dexterity 20, so probably a little more up close, hack and slash. And then I would expect rogue to be somewhere in between. So again, kind of a distance fighter, but will close the gap and can finish off enemies in close combat. Without knowing anything, really else aside from my little bit with Diablo 3, I think, just given my style and things, I want to play this warrior just so we can, get up and hack and slash and not have to dance around and try and kite some enemies and see. I don't know, that may not be the right style for me, but we're going to start with a warrior. Alright, I need a name for my warrior, and names are always interesting, so you can see that one I made earlier, I just called him Bill to get a thing, but we want a good hero name, so Kristoff. Yeah, that sounds fun. Okay, so we're gonna name our hero Kristoff. He's a warrior. Alright, and we have started. This is, I guess, the beginning. This is as much as we saw before we got our recording started. It looks like we're outside of a little hut. This is our guy here. I don't know how to do, any of the controls or anything here, so we're gonna
I don't have a spell ready.
Poke around. So it looks like right click.
I don't have a spell ready.
He tells us he doesn't have a spell ready, so perhaps that's to cast some magic. Let's see. Left click is gonna, move him. Okay, it doesn't seem like our mouse wheel does anything. Let's see what happens when we click on this door.
I don't have a spell ready.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to want to go in the door. So let's poke around at the kind of interface here for a minute and just see. So we got potion of healing in slots 1 and 2. So I think those are hotkeys. We can 1, 2 to activate those. Character information. So this is Kristoff, our warrior. Just tells us kind of where we're at. Let's see, quests. We don't have any quests. Stop going around. Okay. So it's interesting in that you can click through the open quest log. Not in the main area here, but down here it looks like we made a click through. Anyways, let's see. We can look at the map. There's no auto map available in town. And then we've got our menu, which that's fine. Let's escape back out there. Okay, let's go to our inventory. We've got a short sword and a buckler. We've got a club, and we've got gold. All right, spells. Do we know any spells? No, it doesn't look like we know any spells.
I don't have a spell ready.
Okay, close that. Again, knowing kind of what we know about these kinds of games, this kind of thing, I think the red one is health, the blue one is mana or some kind of spell power in that. And we are, presumably from what we got, we are in a town. My guess is this is the town from the kind of the intro, which was seemingly deserted. Kind of maybe haunted by whatever evil is
what
out
can
there.
I do for you?
Alright, so let's see. This is the blacksmith shop. Let's talk to Griswold. Let's hear some gossip.
Your weapons and armor will show the signs of your struggles against the darkness. If you bring them to me, with a bit of work and a hot forge, I can restore them to top fighting form.
Alright, so he will repair our weapons. So, perhaps, let's see, we can buy some things. I have 100 gold. I'm not going to spend anything yet, because we don't really know what we need. We have some premium items. I'm not sure the difference. I guess premium items probably are like enchanted or something, have an extra thing. We could sell that club for 5 gold, and we can go and repair. We don't need to repair. What I'm saying is this leads me to believe that there's probably a durability system for weapons and things, which can be interesting. It's one of my least favorite things about a lot of games. I really don't like
Kind of fellow drinking peace?
but I think that's just part of this game and the way it's built in, and so we're gonna see. I think they can be good if they're done, in a game and it makes sense within the game. If you're constantly getting new weapons or upgrading your weapons, I think in other games where it's just you only have a certain number of weapons and you're not upgrading them, you're just constantly having to find new ones, or like your weapon's breaking in the middle of combat, so you have to go kill an enemy and steal their weapon. I just don't enjoy that, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. Farnham the Drunk.
The gal who brings the drinks? Oh, yeah. What a pretty lady. So nice, too.
Okay, so this is just our drunk. Again, being, an early game in this style and things, I don't know how much of these townsfolk and things
What ails you, my friend?
Flavorful versus utilitarian. So we know, like, the blacksmith, this guy, it's a sparsely populated town, so imagine most of them, but, like, that drunkard didn't seem like he had anything to offer. But we'll see.
While I use some limited forms of magic to create the potions and elixirs I store here, Adria is a true sorceress. She never seems to sleep, and she always has access to many mystic tomes and artifacts. I believe her hut may be much more than the hovel it appears to be, but I can never seem to get inside the place.
Alright, so again, that seemed like a little breadcrumb of trying to get into her hovel, of a quest. We can buy items from him, so he gets potions, healing and rejuvenation. I'm gonna go healing for health and rejuvenation for magic, is my guess here. And we can go. Again, I don't think that's an official quest. Yeah, he didn't give us an actual quest, but I think it's just a breadcrumb of kind of something we could explore. These rocks and this river kind of set a bounds. Okay, there's a little bridge across, which I don't dislike for kind of naturally kind of keeping you in an area, as opposed to like an artificial barrier, just an invisible wall. I do like kind of feeling
over here.
Barrier. Alright, I have something for sale, but it will cost 50 gold just to take a look. Oh, we're not giving you 50 gold just to look at what you've got. That just sounds like a trap. I'm not interested in a little peep show. So it looks like we couldn't get through that section there. It was a little too narrow. Luckily, the pathfinding will get us to where we wanted to go. On that, alright, let's poke around town a little bit more. And then I assume we'll get sent off into a dungeon. So I believe we also have kind of all of our dungeons and everything are randomly generated.
Good day. How may I serve you?
Julian the barmaid.
Ogden and his wife have taken me and my grandmother into their home, and have even let me earn a few gold pieces by working at the inn. I owe so much to them, and hope one day to leave this place and help them start a grand hotel in the east.
Talked to Repair and Healer. Let's talk to Cain the Elder.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
So he can identify items. Okay, so let's see what he has to say.
Jillian is a fine woman, much adored for her high spirits and her quick laugh. She holds a special place in my heart. She stays on at the tavern to support her elderly grandmother, who is too sick to travel. I sometimes fear for her safety, but I know that any man in the village would rather die than see her harmed.
Alright, so everybody's got a thing for Jillian the barmaid, which, as the only female we've seen in this town so far, at least kind of makes sense. Can't blame them.
Thank goodness you returned. Much has changed since you lived here, my friend. All was peaceful until the Dark Riders came and destroyed our village. Many were cut down where they stood, and those who took up arms were slain or dragged away to become slaves, or worse. The church at the edge of town has been desecrated and is being used for dark rituals. The screams that echo in the night are inhuman, but some of our townsfolk may yet survive. Follow the path that lies between my tavern and the blacksmith shop to find the church and save who you can. Perhaps I can tell you more if we speak again. Good luck.
Alright, so this guy kind of gave us the most information on our quest. Apparently we used to live here. We've come back, presumably because the evil Dark Riders have come and kind of the town's falling apart. And then we gotta follow that path, he said, between them over to the church to save who we can. So, again, kind of presuming that's where our first dungeon will be, is perhaps in the depths of the church. Okay, so this is
I sense a soul in search of answers. The greatest power is often the shortest lived. You may find ancient words of power written upon scrolls of parchment. The strength of these scrolls lies in the ability of either apprentice or adept to cast them with equal ability. Their weakness is that they must first be read aloud and can never be kept at the ready in your mind. Know also that these scrolls can be read but once, so use them with care.
Okay, so giving us a little bit of context as far as some of the magic systems here. I don't know if that's all magic. I'm thinking we're just special types of magic of these scrolls. They can be used once, and they're not instantaneous, I think is essentially what she's telling us. They have to be read aloud. So you can't just, like the Scroll of Town Portal, which I think is going to be very useful to get back to town. You can't just, in the middle of combat, if you're ambushed, start, just instantly warp. I think you have to kind of get out of combat and have a little bit of safety. Alright, so we found Adria, though, and again, I don't know if we can go into her hut or not, if that was just a bit of flavor from the healer. Alright, I think that's going to be probably everything in this town. As far as all the people we can talk to, there's the wall. Let's see, so this is probably the path to the church.
Please, listen to me. The Archbishop Lazarus. He led us down here to find the lost prince. The bastard led us into a trap. Now everyone is dead, killed by a demon he called the Butcher. Avenge us! Find this Butcher and slay him, so that our souls may finally rest.
Okay, so I think that might be our overall task, but that might just be our first task. I'm not sure. But Lazarus led the townspeople down here. He's summoned some kind of demon, apparently. And we need to avenge the townspeople. I know we haven't done much of anything. I just like to poke around and explore. Look for hidden corners, other things. Here's some cows. The cows do anything. They do. Okay. And that's Adria's house. Okay, so we've seen everything. So let's go into the church, which has clearly become, a site of evil. We've got these kind of markings in the ground. This ominous red. Oh, maybe they're not markings. They're light cast through these windows. So there's like red light. Coming out of here, some kind of evil red light, and it's casting these shadows on the ground, essentially. Alright, so let's go down to the dungeon.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled.
good at. We can get some gold. Some more enemies coming here. Looks like we are kind of low on health. Let's drink the potion. I'm not sure if we can see our enemy's health. If we can, I don't know how. Alright, and it looks like they will kind of just come towards us. Alright, we got a short bow. Attract too many guys all at once because I don't want to die. I don't know if I can peel them off a few at a time. Alright, so it looks like that's going to be down to level 2. So I think each floor, and the dungeon gets, randomly generated with each floor with some number of monsters and treasures. And then, assuming we get to some number of floors, somewhere we get, to a boss, a level. Something. Now, finish this guy off. Let's try and get another club. Okay. So, I think we can at the very least pick stuff up until we have a full inventory, and then we can go back and sell things. I don't know if that's the right approach or not. Let's take a look at our map. This is an overlay map that's interesting. I don't know if these are doors. So it's not like a separate piece, it's just kind of an overlay. Which gives us maybe a little bit of information, but for me it seems about the amount that I can kind of keep in my head. Anyways, if we don't have a way to kind of move around on that map other than moving around in the dungeon, we might as well just see. The thing we can do to see what happens when we die. Cool, which looks like that ends our run. Okay, so dying seems bad. Saving might be important. And yeah, so I don't know. So we'll stop here for kind of this first adventure into Diablo. Give you guys a sense of the town, the beginning, the setup, and we'll catch you up later in a little bit on some more adventures here. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.